When installing interior wrapping film, especially on large areas like in this flat in Amsterdam, it means that you're going to be using multiple panels, which means that instead of making overlaps, which you commonly do with, let's say, a full print digital film, you're going to have to make butt joints. Now, butt joints are great in terms of visual and long-term durability if you do them right. But oftentimes they can go south, especially during the cutting process, and you can come up a little short, which means you're going to show the paint underneath, which is super frustrating in terms of quality and finishing. So in this video, you're going to see great tips and tricks on how to get a perfect butt joint without coming up short. Let's get to it. So when prepping the panels where the overlap is going to be, I highly recommend taking a backing paper cutter. And what you're going to do is you're going to slice the backing paper about 1 inch or about 3 centimeters. And basically, where the panels are going to butt joint right now, the backing paper is going to keep the material from sticking not only to the wall, but to the panel underneath. So basically, you're going to make a cut from top to bottom. And it's very important that you use a fresh, sharp blade and that the backing paper cutter that you're using has a Teflon coating on it that slides and glides so it doesn't leave any marks on the adhesive. So once the vertical cut is made, it's now time to prep the hinge, and this is horizontal. So in this case, we're going to make it about, I would say, 1/5 from the top of the panel and cutting along the grid right now. So just making sure it stays nice and uniform and straight. So you can see by having that backing paper cutter in good condition, it slides and glides and the blade fresh, so it cuts the backing paper super straight. And with the panel prepped, it's now time to install it. And you can see that it goes right over top of the one that was just installed, and that one has the backing paper underneath it as well. So this one fits basically exactly over the last piece where the backing paper was cut out, so about 1 inch overlap with the pieces, and then that overlap has to be cut out or butt jointed. Now, here is the common mistake I see a lot of people make right now is they take a straight edge and they go to cut the butt joint out. And why I think using a straight edge is not a good idea is basically it does cut straight top to bottom until you get to the bottom of the straight edge, and then you have to pause, move it, and then basically pick it back up where you left off. And this is where it goes south. Because right now, trying to find the edge where you just finished right now, the chance of kind of lining that up is a little low right now, not 100% precise. And you can basically take some time and kind of get it straight and pick back up where you left off, but there's a chance of missing the mark. And as you pull the backing paper right there, it tears a little bit, and the chance there of the backing paper tearing is really high, as you just saw, but also the chance of kind of leaving a little gap that you can see the original color of the wall is extremely high. And coming up short right there is super frustrating. This quality just goes down the drain really quickly. So a straight edge, not a good call for setting up your butt joint. So let's see a better way to do it. So same material, same wall area, but instead of using a straight edge right now, coming back with masking tape. So I like masking tape right now because it's nice and uniform, it's a low cost, and I can repurpose this throughout the job. So I basically use one piece of masking tape, use it for a cut, and then I'll save it for another run if there is another run. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting the edge of the masking tape exactly where I want to make the cut. So basically in the middle point right now, run it from top to bottom. Once that's set now, click the blade so it's extra sharp, and then basically I can use this as my guide. So because I'm by the ceiling right now, I'm standing on a ladder right now, and the trick right now, kind of very similar to what you just saw with the straight edge right now, there is at some point I'm going to have to pause the cut. But because I'm not using a straight edge right now, and I'm basically just letting the blade run alongside the masking tape, I don't have to pick my knife back up, which means I'm not going to miss the mark, and I can just continue to my cut. So I just do a quick pause, and then just continue the cut from top to bottom. Now keep in mind I'm cutting through the backing paper and the material at the same time, so definitely putting some pressure on and make that sharp blade definitely helps a lot. Once I make the cut, I can pull the masking tape aside and then start pulling the excess film and creating that butt joint. So you can see I'm removing the old film, removing the backing paper right there. It all comes off super clean and doesn't tear. So that makes it super easy and straightforward during the removal process. But now for the butt joint now, there's no chance of coming up short, which is peace of mind. So masking tape for the win right now, as opposed to the straight edge, and also there's no chance of the straight edge scratching the wrap film. So with that now, job done. I know there's no gaps, the butt joint is perfect, and I can relax and enjoy the finished wrap. Hope you enjoyed this tip and trick. Thanks for watching. Justin Pate.